He's just like, I have it all the way down at 35, actually.
Okay.
What's next?
Next is Bricker's favorite, the Bard.
13.
Bricker.
I put it...
13.
Damn.
I'm joking,
I
I'm
was
joking,
about
I'm
to say,
joking.
I
just
put
wanna
it...
make Bricker angry.
I put
think
it
we're all
at...
going to be aligned on this one, actually.
I put it at 3. Because it gets a wide variety of spells. If you take the Lore Bard, you get a ridiculous amount of things like Counterspell, like Wish. You also get to inspire your teammates on your bonus action. And for being a Bard, a D8 in health is actually not too bad for a spellcaster. They also have so many roleplay opportunities, and you have just so many options of how you want to, what type of Bard you want to be. I'm, of course, doing the whole, I write parodies for my inspiration and things like that. You could do poetry, you could do jokes. When I inevitably learn hideous laughter, I'm gonna be reading from these for the punchline. Like, there's so many options and so much fun that you can have with a Bard. The only reason that I didn't rank it into number 1 and number 2 is because I feel like the other classes just have a little bit more oomph without losing the roleplay opportunity.
You know, that's fair. I put Bard at number 1.
Yes!
I think Bard is just I think Bard is just honestly like a really, really fun class with a lot of different utilities and abilities for themselves and even the party. You don't have to use Barbaric Inspiration just to, you know, give inspiration to one of your teammates. You also have abilities used for their subclasses. Yes, Ron.
You said barbaric inspiration.
He did, and I'm okay with it. But also,
so you're playing a barbarian next, is what I'm hearing.
Barbarian.
Baby Rhino, I love you so much right now for giving it a number 1
welcome.
spot. I could kiss you on the mouth at the moment.
Okay,
Oh my.
so I've talked a lot of shit about bards in my day. I
Yes,
really
you
have. They're number 3. They're number 3.
Yes!
The reason being, combat, they have so much they can do. They don't deal much damage themselves, but they got so much they can do control-wise. They didn't rank very high in combat, because usually I go like how the biggest damage numbers are for that. But roleplay, oh my god, roleplay, they carry out of that. They are probably the best roleplay class you can play.
And in all honesty,
they got the charisma. They
got
the
ton of
background.
control.
Anybody can be a bard. You don't have to be a musician. You can be a poet. You can be a speechwriter. Anybody can be a bard, really.
There's still that one character I really want to make is that Kenku Bard who's Order of Whispers. And every last word he says, he repeats 5 times over in different languages. Or not different languages, I'm sorry, different voices.
That'd be cool.
Especially with Whispers, and you role play that into one of the Whisper stuff, I feel like that works out really, really well.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and also versatility. We got to talk about the versatility of the bard. They can be the healer. They can be the buffer. They can be the controller. They can be damage. They can even be melee if you want to go College of Swords. Yep. They're a really, really solid class. So,
in all honesty, you could even give more control. I know that you're not a huge fan of the spell overall, but Bigby's Hand, especially if you cast it, it's got like a strength of, I want to say, 26 or something absolutely ridiculous like that. Like, it's a strong-ass spell to be hitting creatures with.
And I also got my friend here saying, yeah, they're jacks of all trades.
Exactly. I mean, that's what they get at level 3, I think, is what it's called. It's half your proficiency bonus in every single skill.
Yeah, jack of all trades, yeah.
Well, that literally is one of their features, too.
It is.
Yeah. That's what I just said.
No.
Fine. Sopo, what do you think?
I actually have them all the way down at 5.
Okay, you made it sound like they're actually contenders.
Yeah, he's just like, I have it all the way down at 35, actually.
I put them down at 5, which probably still makes them number 1 on our overall list. Because
they're just so good.
They're very high.
They are.
Yeah, because like you all said, they're very versatile and stuff. I think one of the reasons I put them a little lower is coming from the new player aspect. They can be a little more daunting, needing to be very charismatic and stuff.
I thought it was because I missed last Sunday.
That's probably
Uh,
actually why.
That's what I'm
It's
thinking.
doesn't
why
help.
it's not 4.
Oh,
the
okay,
Bard's
that's fair.
always the one that cancels, the most because they're out
Whoa!
with their boyfriend.
Well, okay, yeah, you got a point.
Oh,
Never mind.
he's gonna dumpster on my favorite class too now. Damn it!
No, I'm just joking. For reasons that'll come up, you'll see why Bard is
That's fair.
5.
All
as,
right.
opposed to a little higher.
That's fair.
Hey, still Bard, solid class. Everybody watching,
Yeah.
don't on the Bard.
class.
As much as I love on the Bard, it is fun to on.
So
but I
And
have to give it,
I
I have to
finally.
give it props.
This little clip here might actually be my new ringtone, and I will actually turn my phone on an actual
He
ring
took the
now.
clip himself too.
Nice.
All right, so we already agreed Bloodhunter's in Rat Bastard tier, so just gonna get that out of the way.
Yep,
I'm
nope,
kidding.
that's fair.
It doesn't actually exist.
It does
I'll
now,
never
just
even
for this
thought about it.
person.
Yeah. Cleric is our next class.
I actually have Cleric next as 6.
All right, so you can go first. Then.
That's fair.
Yeah, we'll let you go first.
Well, for one, they're the classic healer, and a lot of times, like Renifero was saying with Barbarian, like they're kind of pigeonholed into that a lot. But they're actually also pretty versatile depending on which domain you pick.
There's so much to pick from.
There's
Yeah,
So-
you do.
So much.
so much, and they always have access to their entire spell list. Granted, it's
Which is-
daily change, but whatever.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
still like that's honestly why anybody that comes in to play D&D for the first time, I'm like, you should overall avoid Druid and avoid Cleric and probably Wizard. Anything else, you're good. But those 3 classes, there's so much fucking spells to actually be able to have to pick from. It's hard to
Yeah.
it's hard to navigate for a first time player, I think.
Yeah.
No, you're not wrong, because one of my first characters I actually made mistakenly was a necromancer,
Ooh.
and I did not know how to play wizard.
Yeah,
My
no.
friends could absolutely
Yeah.
tell you I was the floor tank. I kept getting knocked down, but I got up again.
You never gotta keep me down. I get knocked down, but I get up again.
All right. So who hasn't gone? I was switching my background to something because Lady B sent me a fucking bear. So
I
my
just
back-
got-
Is
I
that why
just
you
got
were
in
making that
chat.
face?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I can go then.
Okay.
I put Cleric at number 5, personally. Again, they do definitely get kind of pigeonholed into the heal bot. Please. Timmel definitely didn't help that. But you can be an absolute tank with a Cleric. I think Shar, before he left, I want to say his AC was at like 19 or something absolutely ridiculous.
Damn.
You also, depending on which class you take, you get War God's Blessing. An extra 10 onto your roll to make sure that you hit is also absolutely disgusting. So they have a lot of versatility. The only issue that I would typically end up finding with them is, depending on, again, how the dice roll, I don't know how useful they would be in every single roleplay situation. I think more often than not, they're going to get overshadowed by your bards, your sorcerers, your warlocks, people with that naturally high charisma score.
Yeah. Except, obviously
Oh.
when it comes to the religious kind of conversation and role.
Of course,
plays and
yeah.
stuff, then-
Yeah, that's why I was saying, like, they're not completely useless with roleplay situations. I don't think necessarily any class is, despite what Ronifero says. But they definitely do
Barbarian.
get pigeonholed more often than not.
Barbarians are literally picking their goddamn boogers and eating them in the middle of a fucking conversation.
I am going to fight you later.
You only say that because you've had a barbarian who's probably have eaten their boogers in the middle of a conversation.
No, not yet.
Yes.
Have you gone yet for the cleric, baby, right now?
No, I actually put cleric at number 4, and it's pretty much for the same reasons. It's very versatile, just healing class, but also strong, tanky, and again, there's so much going on with the cleric. Too many like paths you could choose, subclasses you could choose,
Also, bless.
and it actually annoys me. Also, hashtag bless.
Yeah.
You can't. The both of you nerds
At the
I swear.
same time.
It's quiet right there for
Very
you.
good, Yeah.
Forge Cleric lives gloriously. My friend is playing a Forge Cleric right now too, and it's just basically living a chaos life. That's what she's doing, living her
Living
best
in a
chaos
gangster
life.
The
chaos
picking
life.
boogers and eating it, Lady Bricker said that Buggy, our barbarian, comes to mind because he spoke for the first few sessions. Very broken common, and anytime he tried to open a door, he just straight up ripped it off the hinges.
Why use
I
many
love it.
words? Few do trick.
What about
It
you,
is really fun to
Ronald,
play, but it did get old after
Yeah.
a while, and that's why I switched over.
Yeah.
I actually put Cleric down at 6 as well, but I am gonna say, I think I probably personally should have switched Bard and Cleric over. Their whole religious and church thing is what killed the Cleric.
Too late now.
Their roleplay. No. I'm keeping it the way it is.
Not
The
too late.
Bard definitely carried it in roleplay, where Cleric shit the fucking bed. I'm sorry. Every time I think of a Cleric, I immediately think it's a priest or a nun of some sort, and that's what they are. They're
Yeah.
pigeonholed into that
Oh,
role.
Yep.
Combat, super versatile. They can heal, they can take damage, they can deal damage. They had no problem there. They're in the top percentage for that. Versatility, also top percentage, because again, they can do anything.
Yep.
They just not fun to roleplay.
I just got
Yeah.
my friend saying something really funny. Don't even
Right.
at me with clerics being pigeonholed into healer position, because you've seen me do plenty of brainless unga bunga shit. Also, that helps
Cowabunga
because-
it is.
That helps because we have a paladin and a druid as well in our party, so they
Oh, wow.
don't need to particularly heal
Yeah.
all themselves. We have
Right.
plenty of other healers, so
Right.
free to unga bunga because we are
See,
covered.
that's the thing. In our campaign, we have two clerics and my bard, who will also end
Oh.
up picking up a few healing spells. My bard's eventually gonna do some real dumb shit.
Unga bunga shit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's also
We have
the
2 clerics and a paladin.
That too, yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, we've
Deus
got
Vult,
4
Deus Vult,
healers.
Deus Vult.
You literally can go unga bunga all you want.
Yes.
You'll be fine.
Okay, now my friends are calling me out. The only reason
Oh.
I'm a druid is because I was going to play a Minotaur cleric along with my friend, because we didn't talk about this at all. We were both
sounds
going to play Minotaur clerics.
That sounds
That sounds
That sounds fun.
awful and incredible at the same time.
No, Cleric, they're very versatile. Like, I'm not even going to say
Yeah.
that they're pigeonholed into the healer role, because they can absolutely carry it with
Oh,
damage.
yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
It's just what comes
they're
to
always
mind.
attached to attached to the church. That's my thing.
And,
That-
well, and not
the-
only
the-
that, but go ahead, Rhino. I'll talk after you.
I was just going to say real quick, there's actually one little thing about that. I think it happened with Ravnica or something, one of the more
Mhm.
recent ones. You don't have to actually pick religion. You can pick, I forget what it was, but it's just basically like a, oh my god, I forgot now, because it's not religion, but you could pick like ideal. Thank you. It's an ideal you could pick.
Oh,
You could so
okay.
you could hold yourself to an ideal instead of a religion now as a cleric.
So kind of like
So-
a paladin, where they don't
Yeah.
serve a church
Yeah.
anymore. They don't have a lord. They serve an
But-
oath. They take an oath.
Yes, so you could do that as a cleric nowadays too, which is probably why I actually
like
put him
it.
a little bit higher
Makes
as well.
sense.
That's fair. That's fair. I mean, I know that's Ravnica, but still, that's
Yes,
really
thank you.
cool.
Yeah, I think for me, the reason that Cleric placed where it did is because it also doesn't help that when you have video games that immediately it's like, oh, if you're gonna play the Cleric, guess what? You're the healer. No
That's
matter
the girlfriend class.
Well, see, that's
Congratulations.
exactly that's the thing. No matter what game or you go into, as soon as you mention I'm gonna play a cleric, everybody's like, "Yes, I got my heal bot. That's great."
I do want to go ahead and say, when I say the girlfriend class, I'm not saying that all girls have to play that. What I'm saying is, like, you try to get somebody in to play with you and they have no interest, you make them be your support.
Yeah,
Yeah,
my wife.
That's what I mean by that. I have to clarify. I don't want that out of context.
No,
Again,
we're
everybody's
gonna
the
go
same
ahead
level.
later on. I'm just gonna clip that part later,
No.
and I'm gonna chop it up and say only girls play clerics, and that's it.
It's factually not true. I've played clerics.
No, that still holds up then.
On stream, we have a
oh
VOD
my
somewhere.
god, Bricker, you boy.
Shots fired.
See,
Roll your
I
D4
did
for
say
psychic
that.
damage.
Well, yeah, I did say that our friendship would end tonight.
We're not arguing. You guys took me putting Barbarian in the dumpster very well.
Because I can't disagree
Yeah,
while I want to disagree.
that's kind of my thing. Like, I get where you're coming from because more often than not, and we even talked about this in our last podcast, we said if you're a new player, Barbarian is probably the best way to go. It's because it is the easiest to play.
It is.
As long as
Saying
you
it
can do
was-
half damage, you're good. Radifuro, you're muted.
And,
I was trying to talk to my chat and I forgot to mute.
Oh, okay.
Oh, all right. Well, I think we're ready to move on then from Cleric. We did a very thorough job with them. Honestly, we were very close. I think that's going to be the most focus. Okay, never
You're
mind.
focused on our end, if that helps any.
It was not on my end. It was
Oh,
like all
okay.
blurry. Anyways, we're on to Druid.
number 1.
Really?
Number 1. Okay, I like that because I'm number
Yeah.
3.
I put Druid at number 1 because while Cleric is very versatile, I feel like the Druid is actually the most versatile, no matter which subclass you pick. That you can fill basically any role with Druid.
Yeah.
Your
You-
entire spell list. I think it's the most fun. It's probably the most complex for like a new player, like
Absolutely.
Bricker was saying. But once you're into it, I think it's the most fun. You can either wild shape or have an animal companion. Like those are like huge entry point, love to do for new players and stuff. Uh, I don't think any of their subclasses are bad. Definitely
As
like
we definitely shit on
land one
Artificer
is-
earlier.
land is probably the worst druid.
It's like it's the most
Isn't that-
generic. It's
Isn't
like
that
not
like
even
the
bad.
shapeshifting one?
Yeah.
You just stay
No.
shapeshift? No, I can't remember what
No.
land is.
It's
Suddenly,
You get you pick like an area and you get a couple extra spells.
It's
Oh, that's
basically
it?
And you
basically
get like an
Tempest
extra
Barbarian.
cantrip.
Yeah, just not as
Oh.
cool as Tempest.
that's fair.
Yeah.
That's
just
more
basic
random
rogue.
spells. Got it.
Circle of the Moon is the wild.
Is the one I
Oh
was thinking
yeah,
of.
absolutely.
It is, yeah, that
And
is
one's really
literally
strong.
it is arguably the strongest, I would say, out of them.
Yeah.
I would almost say maybe the strongest, maybe second strongest in comparison to Shepherd, because Shepherd's what I'm playing, and if I actually remember to use my fucking spells properly and abilities, I could put down a Spirit of a Unicorn, and it basically anything I heal, if I heal something within that circle, every other target I could pick will also get healed for, I think, my Druid level.
My God.
So it's just a lot of AoE healing. Also, Shepherd just gets a lot of bonuses to the animals they summon. And I want to summon 8 panthers, please.
So, how do we feel, since we're on the topic of Druid, how do we feel about the spell Meteor? I'm sorry, summon animals.
Oh,
You summon cows
So-
60 feet in the air above your enemies. And then they...
I think
You mean
that's how
Radon?
McDonald's was first created.
I don't know exactly how the rules are for the spell, but I always do a homebrew, I guess, maybe. That anything you summon always goes after you in initiative, so you basically take your whole turn, so it's not like Bricker, Renifero, baby, Bricker again, and then, then
No,
then
and
me, and then
that's
Bricker,
good,
his next
because-
animal.
yeah,
Yeah.
you want to have a halfway decent action economy, especially when you start. That's one reason that I personally don't like spells like that, because it is a pain in the ass to have to get the additional minis, make sure it's all set up properly. But it is definitely a good point for the druid to be able to have that.
Mhm.
You can
So-
also... Oh, no,
Okay.
sorry, go ahead.
No, you got it.
I was gonna say, just at level 2, or not level 2, a second level spell you can get is literally to just summon like spirit animals as well. If you have a golden acorn, because that is a $500 magical item you need for it.
What?
Yeah,
I don't
that's
know,
what
500? Was it 200? No, it's 200 gold. Sorry.
Either
That's
way.
still, for a level 2 spell, it's a lot.
It's a lot, but that
Yeah.
spell is ridiculously powerful because it gets its own stat sheet.
You want to
with
talk about
bunch
a
of extra
ridiculously
bonuses.
powerful spell? Goodberry.
Yeah, Goodberry's really
Hey, guess
strong.
what I don't have? Or don't use?
Goodberry.
Okay.
I don't use
Thank
Goodberry.
you. Thank
because
you.
I'm a
You-
chef. My
That-
druid is a chef.
Thank you.
Nice.
As a DM who likes to do survival shit, like you're stuck in the fucking woods, Goodberry makes me want to pull my hair out because I'm like, hey, all right, guys, you got to find food for the day. Haha. It's behind your
Yeah.
ear. Watermelons. They're straight up watermelons. You have to carry these bitches the entire way. I'm mad.
The only time I've used good berry, I flavored it as good mushrooms, and I was using a spore druid, and they grew
That's
on
good.
my
I like
body.
that.
Oh, that's gross.
Nobody
I like
else
that.
ate them.
That
Nobody
is
else ate them.
wonderful. I would be 100% okay with it.
You just gave me more reason to play Spore.
Spore sounds awesome. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
So much. It's my favorite.
The druids,
Spore.
I think we're basically all in agreement. They're very high up. I put them as a 4
Yeah.
personally.
I put
Yeah,
them
that's
as a
fair.
4 as well. The reason that I actually ended up putting them a little bit lower is just because out of every single spell list, they are the most concentration heavy spell list, so it does definitely affect a little bit of what they can do on the battlefield. And more often than not, it's another class I feel that does kind of get pigeonholed into basically a spellcasting hippie.
I was about to say
Yeah.
that. Yes.
Yeah.
Role
You're
play
not
is where
wrong.
they suffer the worst, and it's because they're
That's-
pigeonholed into
Yeah.
that.
That's fairly true. Yeah. I mean, they're a nature.
Yeah,
You know?
and
Yep, they're gonna find them in the middle of the woods somewhere, playing with a bunch of
Okay.
animals, and they always love animals. Well, unless you're
Exact-
Spore Druid
yeah.
or Wildfire.
I feel
I
so
would
lightly attacked.
I would say probably 8 or 9 out of 10 druids are the hermit background too.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
yeah,
Okay, I didn't pick Hermit. I think I picked Outlander, and I traveled
Oh,
with a
sure.
nomadic tribe on my character.
So that's the other two.
So it's not even too far off.
Yeah.
I kind of now want to play a urban druid that is a Spore Druid because mold and buildings and stuff, and then have rats as my best friends.
I like that.
Yeah, that's
I
awesome.
hate it.
idea.
I hate it.
That's
Why do you hate
awesome.
it?
I don't
Mine-
like. I have
mine-
issues with rats.
I traumatized him with were-ratism.
No, I was haunted long before you came around.
Oh, good.
Rats
I
are
just traumatized
adorable.
you.
Yes.
My spore druid has a zomba. My DM let me like cast animate dead on a rat.
I hear
like,
rats.
in a jar. I know it's not rules as written, but
I mean,
Still
you
good.
can bend the rules, especially like
That's-
that's. I love bending the rules for flavor, personally.
yeah.
That's what we do as DMs.
Yeah. Rhino, where did you say you put? Where did you put it? I'm sorry.
Let me just take 3.
3.
3.
Okay.
They're very high up there.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah, Druid, you got high up for everybody.
Yeah, it really did. That is
and
good to
they're
see.
probably the most likely to get high.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
Honestly, yeah.
Off their
that is
own
absolutely
stuff.
true.
Yeah,
They
I'll
definitely
be.
dip into their own supplies.
Exactly.
I know that I said that we kind of have to look at it at a level kind of 12 and below kind of thing for world breaking, but also another like strong point for Druid, level 20, Circle of the Moon. Oh, I got knocked out of my Titan bullshit elemental form. Guess I'll go ahead and head back into that now. Guess who's back for round 2? Infinite health.
Yeah.
You reminded me too. Circle the Shepherd. I got knocked down. Cool. I now just summoned 4 bears to protect me.
Jesus.
I forgot about that. They have it. Yeah, they
Yeah.
have an bear spell.
If you get knocked down, you summon. What was it? CR2?
Can we call the spell bears from now on?
Yep.
All right.
What I will say though, even though Moon Druid is the most powerful, I think it's boring. I will never
Me
play
too.
Moon Druid. It's
Me
so
too.
fucking boring. I'm sorry. Circle of the Stars though, very
Very
fun. I
Circle of the
really
Stars
liked
is
that
cool,
one.
yeah.
That was fun.
Didn't Circle of the Stars get like a ridiculous buff when it came to healing? Or am I thinking of
They did.
cleric type?
No, they did.
Okay.
You
Yeah,
choose
one
one
of
of three
the-
different styles. If you wanted to like hold a spell for a long time, you chose Dragon because you get plus 10 on all of your concentration checks.
Jesus.
Meaning basically you're not gonna
Damn.
drop that spell.
Ever.
Yeah. The Archer was you could use your bonus action to basically use a divine weapon, I think, or not divine weapon. What do they call it with the clerics?
You
Spiritual weapon.
basically got like a spirit arrow kind of.
Yeah, you'd be able to shoot an arrow at somebody. And then the Chalice was the best one because when you healed, you would heal somebody else within 30 feet. So, or the same target. It really didn't matter.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah,
so
you-
good.
You basically doubled up on
Yeah.
single target healing, which is
Yeah. So the healing word was absolutely fucking gross on that character.
Because
Yeah.
healing word, I want to say, is 35 feet, so you automatically get 70 at that
60.
point.
I want to say it's like 60.
Is it?
Yeah, I want to say it's 60.
I didn't think it was that far.
It's pretty far.
Now I'm double checking because now I'm there.
Right? Me
I-
too.
120 feet, if that is the case. Holy
It
hell.
is 60. No, it like you heal twice. You
Yeah.
don't double the range. You heal
Oh,
twice.
Yeah,
oh,
don't double
my
it. It's
bad.
from you.
I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about the distance of the spell. My
no,
bad.
no, I'm sorry.
No.
Yeah.
Which
We'll-
it
we'll
is
get to
also
that.
60 feet, though. So
Which is bonkers.
All right. So I think we've talked Druid into the ground here, unless you guys want to keep going.
Spore Druid, Best Bay, Hail Zugtmoy.
I'm sorry. If you want to fight, I'm going to fight you because Spores is not the best. It's Stars. Stars is the best.
I'm sorry, but
Alright.
Shepherd?
I will put Shepherd above Spores.
I'm just gonna say Circle of the Moon because everybody else on it.
That's fine.
I love how the Circle of the Moon is arguably the strongest in combat, and all of us are like, no, that one.
Yeah.
If you're
What am I, new to D&D?
in all
No, I'm just
honesty
kidding,
though,
I'm
if
just
you
teasing.
are going for combat and like that's how you want your character to be, Circle of the Moon is gonna be one of your best options because especially if you're going into a late levels.
To kind of piggyback off Sopo there, whenever he was talking about newbies, if you're a new player or a newer player trying to get into Druid, definitely go Moon. Or not, yeah, go in the Moon. It's you cast one concentration
Moon.
spell, then you go into a bear or an elemental form, and then you just it's the easiest Druid to play.
Yeah.
It is.
Well, and our I'll tell a quick story. Our Druid had a fun little workaround where she would cast a concentration spell, then turn into an Earth Elemental, and then go ahead and use her Earth Glide, bury underground bullshit, so you can't hit her and break the concentration spell ever. It was
I like
dumb,
that.
but it was effective.
That's all that matters, as long as it's effective.
Yeah, like I'm like, you're technically doing the right thing, and that pisses me off a little bit.
Just a
I'm
little-
really surprised you never hit her with an Earthquake.
The thing is, though, I don't think Earthquake doesn't do any extra damage if you're underground. I already looked at that.
But you're DM, you could allow it.
Yeah, I could, but I mean, she was...
I think I want to say in 3.5 it did.
In all honesty, that's if this list was made based off of 3.5, almost every class that we would have talked about, especially any melee class, would have been in the lower tier, while all spellcasters would be in top tier.
Yeah,
I'm glad that they balanced everything.
You
in
did just
5e.
describe basically. You just described all of our lists,
No, because I still have some hand-to-hand fighters in my top.
except for Rhino's trying to hide.
Well, I was trying to hide. I was grabbing drink.
He's like, I'm just trying to get turned.
You said barbaric inspiration.
He did.